Hi guys, it's Ray. We're starting a new cup today. We're going to work on a 30-ounce skinny straight. And this is going to be our vinyl and decal for this one. Just a girl boss building her empire with this floral background. I picked this one because this has like a gold vein look to it in the flower stems. So we're going to do I like watercolor alcohol ink base for this one. So I have some pink and purple inks pulled. I have some isopropyl alcohol on hand, and we're gonna jump right in. We haven't done one of these in a long time, and my goal is to kind of do some techniques we haven't done in a while for new people especially. So, I have some makeup wedges ready, some brushes ready, and I'll probably use a combination of both. I'm going to get a little bit of alcohol in my cup. I don't recommend a matte spray paint for this. I recommend using a semi-gloss kind of, that'll work best. So I'm going to open up all my inks. Wear gloves when you're using inks because you're going to get messy, especially in this kind of technique. I do want to put a piece of paper down in a second here. Just to protect my surface a little bit more. Okay. So a lot of this is going to get covered up by the vinyl, but I'm going to do the whole thing, and that way I can kind of pick my favorite spots. So I'm just going to pour some on and blend it out. And this purple is pretty bright, but I should be able to tone it down a little bit and blend it out with the alcohol. This pink is way too bright too, but these colors are pretty similar. And I can grab in extra colors as I need them. Kind of looking to see what else I have for a paler color. The Cool Perry I'm about out of, but it's a paler purple. That almost disappears entirely. Okay. So that I'll probably just use as like a blending color. I suspect this one's going to be similar. Okay, so I think I'm going to take maybe some pearl white and see if I can blend it down with that. I've never done a white to blend out the ink, so we'll see. And you have to make sure it's shaken really, really well. I like it with the brush. Just dip that in a little bit of alcohol. The beautiful part of inks is you can just keep blending and manipulating them until you're happy with what you have. So, this is that alcohol. So I do wish I hadn't brought the pearl into play, but I am loving this stretch. So, the bottom's probably going to get a piece of vinyl too, so. Yeah, I think if I leave this piece open and put the vinyl on the back, this is more muted obviously, but I think if I put the vinyl starting like there and just do my decal in the open spot here, I think I'll be happy with this. So I'm going to stop playing with it. I do have one little funky color here that I'm not happy with, that I should be able to blend out. Yeah, I'm going to let this sit and dry for a bit, and then we're going to get a coat of epoxy on it, and then we will move on. Okay, so I'm ready to get the coat of epoxy on this, and then we'll let it dry, and we will move on to our vinyl. Okay, so I am ready to move on with this one. I'm going to cut my pinstripes and a circle for the bottom from this champagne gold textured metallic tech wrap vinyl. And I think I figured out what I'm going to do with this, but I may have to play around with it a little bit. But first I'm going to trim my main decal down. And I'm going to trim my vinyl basically the size that I would fully wrap a cup if I was going to do that is what I'm going to start with. So this tumbler is how big around? Just over 10 inches. No, just under 10 inches. So if I cut this to 10 inches, I should get what I need. I'm gonna cut the bottom off first. I need a clean edge. I might as well cut my height first. No, I want to cut my width first. Okay. Not going to be much of this one left when we're done. So that should be about a perfect fit. Nice. We like when that works. And then I need my height. So I'm going to do 9 1/4. Roughly. All right, so in my head, what I want is a straight line here. I think this is the piece I'm going to keep open. So what I want is a straight line here, and I want this to stop about here and come up to the top at an angle big enough to fit my decal in. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna do that by and I want about 3 inches. So I'm actually gonna mark 3 inches here and 3 inches here. So 10, 3 would be 7, and 7, 3 would be 10. And I just want to confirm in my head that that's going to cut the right piece out. Yes. So I'm going to cut between those lines. That's the part I'm going to cut off. Sorry if this is confusing. You guys know sometimes I like wrap the back and then do this little piece from its own piece of vinyl. I want it to all be one sheet. And that was this piece that I wanted to leave open. Roughly somewhere in there. And that'll leave me enough room to put this in. I know I'm covering a lot of this up, but I wasn't really thrilled with how that came out, so I'm not too worried about it. So I'm going to cut my anchor on my big strip, my wide end. My table has stuff on it. All right, I'm going to stop a minute. I'm going to clean up my table a little bit. I'm going to get my pinstripes and my circles cut, and then I'll be back. Okay, I am ready to get this put together, I believe. I'm just going to kind of put it in place temporarily. And I want to make sure this is hidden, so I think we're going to go with this spot for the main. Not off to a good start. Try that again. Let's shift it a little bit. Feel like I'm traveling. And I was. Just a little bit. Fill in. Alright, so we're gonna put our gold circle, our champagne gold circle on first. And I cut this at 2.1, I believe. I should have put one of those little caps on here first. These are the cap covers that come with the sublimation tumblers. I don't put them on the sub tumblers, generally speaking, but they can go right on here and flatten the bottom out a little bit. There. Now this, because the foil won't fold as much. It's not as flexible in the dip as the regular vinyls. And I lined it up on my machine to get most of a flower. I think this one I cut it at 1.85, something like that. And our decal is going to go up here. We should be good there. And now I'm going to do my pinstripes. I cut these to 0.12. And I'm going to go all the way down where the vinyl splits. I had really initially wanted to do that gold foiling on here, but I think this is plenty busy enough. It really doesn't need it. So there we go. That's it. Okay, so since I didn't put the gold foil on here, which was what I was going to use for a little bit of sparkle, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of the touch of violet in here. It feels very dark over here today. So I'm going to do just a tiny bit of the Diamond Dust touch of violet, just to give it that little hint of sparkle that I wanted it to have. Perfect. And this will get one more coat after this, just a regular old clear coat, after I've cleaned up the rim and the inside of the tumbler. Okay, quick torch and we'll be done with this one. So there we go. There's that gorgeous vinyl. That purple sparkle is just perfect over this. And our decal. So that is it for this one. Let me show you the bottom. That is it for this one, and I will see you next time. If there's anything you'd like me to be explaining better or showing you how to do, please let me know in the comments, and have a great day.